Preparing for a database engineer interview? You're in the right place. This guide covers the top 30 most commonly asked questions, complete with concise answers to help you impress recruiters and hiring managers. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, these essential questions will sharpen your knowledge and boost your confidence before the big day. 1. What is a database? A database is an organized collection of structured data that is stored and accessed electronically. Databases are designed to efficiently manage, retrieve, and manipulate data for applications and users. They can be relational, document-based, or key-value, depending on the use case. Databases are managed using a database management system, DBMS, such as MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, or SQL Server. 2. What is a DBMS? A database management system, DBMS, is software that handles the storage, retrieval, and updating of data in a database. It allows users and applications to interact with data securely and efficiently. Common DBMSs include MySQL, Oracle, and SQL Server. A DBMS ensures data integrity, enforces rules, supports queries, and manages concurrent data access by multiple users. 3. What is normalization in databases? Normalization is the process of organizing data in a database to reduce redundancy and improve data integrity. It involves dividing large tables into smaller ones and defining relationships between them. Normal forms 1NF, 2NF, 3NF, etc. guide this process. Proper normalization leads to cleaner, more efficient databases that are easier to maintain and scale. 4. What is denormalization? Denormalization is the process of combining normalized tables to improve database read performance. It involves adding redundant data or combining tables to minimize complex joins. While it can speed up query responses, it may increase storage usage and introduce data inconsistencies. Denormalization is typically used in reporting or read-heavy systems where performance is a priority. 5. What is a primary key? A primary key is a unique identifier for a record in a database table. It ensures that each record can be uniquely identified and retrieved. A primary key cannot contain null values and must be unique for each row. It can consist of one or multiple columns and is essential for establishing relationships in relational databases. 6. What is a foreign key? A foreign key is a field in one table that links to the primary key of another table. It enforces referential integrity by ensuring that values in the foreign key column correspond to existing values in the reference table. Foreign keys help define relationships between tables, such as one-to-many or many-to-many associations. 7. What are indexes in databases? Indexes are data structures that improve the speed of data retrieval operations on a database table. They are created on one or more columns to allow faster querying while scanning the entire table. While indexes improve read performance, they can slow down insert, update, and delete operations due to additional overhead in maintaining the index. 8. What is SQL? SQL, Structured Query Language, is a standard language used to interact with relational databases. It allows users to create, read, update, and delete data using commands like select, insert, update, and delete. SQL also supports schema creation, transaction joins, indexing, and permissions. Popular dialects include T-SQL, SQL Server, and PL/SQL, Oracle. 9. What are joins in SQL? Joins combine rows from two or more tables based on a related column. Common types of joins include inner join matching rows, left join, all from left table and matches from right, right join, and full join. Joins allow querying across multiple tables and are essential in relational database design. 10. What is a store procedure? A store procedure is a precompiled collection of SQL statements stored in the database. It can accept parameters, execute complex logic, and return results. Stored procedures are used to encapsulate business logic, reduce code duplication, improve performance, and enhance security by controlling access to data. 11. What is a trigger in a database? A trigger is a database object that automatically executes predefined SQL statements in response to certain events, such as insert, update, or delete. Triggers are used for auditing, enforcing business rules, and maintaining data integrity. They can be set to run before or after the triggering event. 12. Explain ACID properties. ACID stands for atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. These properties ensure reliable database transactions. Atomicity ensures all operations in a transaction succeed or fail together. Consistency maintains database integrity. Isolation keeps transactions from interfering with each other. Durability guarantees that committed changes are permanently saved, even after a system failure. 13. What is a transaction in databases? A transaction is a sequence of database operations that are treated as a single logical unit of work. Transactions must follow ACID properties. If any part of the transaction fails, the entire operation can be rolled back. Transactions are used to ensure data integrity and consistency, especially in multi-step operations. 14. What is a schema in a database? A schema is a logical container or structure that defines how data is organized in a database. It includes tables, views, indexes, procedures, and relationships. In many DBMSs, a schema acts as a namespace to group related database objects, making it easier to manage large and complex databases. 15. What is a view in SQL? A view is a virtual table based on the result of a SQL query. It does not store data itself, but displays data from one or more tables. Views are used to simplify complex queries, improve security by restricting access to specific columns or rows, and provide a consistent interface to the underlying data. 16. What is a clustered index? A clustered index determines the physical order of data in a table. Each table can have only one clustered index because the data rows are stored in that order. Clustered indexes improve performance on queries that return large ranges of data and are often created on primary key columns. 17. What is a non-clustered index? A non-clustered index is a separate structure from the data table. It contains pointers to the actual data rows and allows fast lookup of values without affecting the physical order of the data. A table can have multiple non-clustered indexes to optimize queries on different columns. 18. What is database replication? Database replication involves copying data from one database server to another. It improves data availability, fault tolerance, and load balancing. Replication can be synchronous, real-time, or asynchronous, delayed. It is commonly used in distributed systems and disaster recovery solutions to ensure data consistency across multiple locations. 19. What is sharding in databases? Sharding is a method of horizontal partitioning in databases where data is divided across multiple machines or databases, called shards. Each shard holds a subset of the data. Sharding improves scalability and performance in large systems by reducing the load on a single database instance and distributing it. 20. What are constraints in SQL? Constraints are rules applied to table columns to enforce data integrity. Common constraints include not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check, and default. They prevent invalid data from being inserted and help maintain consistency in the database. Constraints are defined during table creation or modified later. 21. What is the difference between delete and truncate? Delete removes specific rows from a table based on condition and can be rolled back. Truncate removes all rows from a table quickly and cannot be rolled back in many systems. Delete is logged row by row, while truncate is minimally logged. Delete can trigger actions. Truncate usually cannot. 22. What is a cursor in SQL? A cursor is a database object used to iterate through the results of a SQL query row by row. It's useful for row-level operations that can be performed in bulk. While powerful, cursors can be slower and less efficient than set-based operations and should be used only when necessary. 23. What is an execution plan in SQL? An execution plan is a roadmap that shows how a SQL query will be executed by the database engine. It details operations like index scans, joins, and table scans. Reviewing execution plans helps database engineers optimize query performance by identifying bottlenecks and improving indexing strategies. 24. What are database partitions? Partitioning divides a large table into smaller, more manageable pieces called partitions. Each partition can be accessed and managed independently. Partitioning improves performance and manageability, especially for large datasets. Types include range, list, and hash partitioning. It's commonly used in data warehousing and archival systems. 25. What is a deadlock in databases? A deadlock occurs when two or more transactions block each other by holding locks on resources the others need. As a result, none of them can proceed. Deadlocks must be detected and resolved by the DBMS, usually by terminating one of the transactions to break the cycle. 26. What is database caching? Database caching involves storing frequently accessed data in memory to reduce the time needed to retrieve it from disk. Caching improves performance and reduces database load. It can be implemented at various levels, including application level, query level, or in-memory databases like Redis and Memcached. 27. What is the difference between OLTP and OLAP? OLTP, Online Transaction Processing, handles real-time transactional workloads with frequent read/write operations, such as banking systems. OLAP, Online Analytical Processing, supports complex queries and data analysis, typically for reporting and BI. OLTP systems prioritize speed and consistency. OLAP focuses on query performance and large data volumes. 28. What is a data warehouse? A data warehouse is a central repository of integrated data from multiple sources. It supports business intelligence reporting and data analysis. Data warehouses are optimized for read-heavy operations, used to normalize schemas and store historical data. Tools like Snowflake, Redshift, and BigQuery are popular data warehouse solutions. 29. What is data integrity? Data integrity refers to the accuracy, consistency, and reliability of data in a database. It's enforced through constraints, transactions, and validations. High data integrity ensures the data is trustworthy and free from errors or inconsistencies, which is crucial for decision-making and compliance in any data-driven environment. 30. How do you optimize a slow SQL query? To optimize a slow SQL query, start by analyzing the execution plan, indexing appropriate columns, reducing the use of subqueries, and avoiding select star. Use where clauses to filter data and limit results. Normalize data for integrity and denormalize when performance requires. Proper schema design, updated statistics, and query refactoring are key. Final thoughts. Being well prepared for a database engineer interview means more than memorizing answers. It's about understanding how databases work at their core. These 30 questions cover both fundamentals and advanced topics to help you shine during your interview. Keep practicing, explore real-world scenarios, and stay updated with the latest database technologies. With the right mindset and preparation, you got what it takes to succeed.